Welcome back to another video, my YouTube family and friends. Tonight my topic is going to be about why I am really giving a shout out to my parents. I want you to remember to like the video. Please, if you haven't subscribed please subscribe and ring that notification bell, so that when I drop more videos on my weight loss journey, how I motivate myself to keep going, how I change my diet, the different things that I've been doing, my singing, my poetry, it's all there. A lot of inspiration, and as I inspire, I'm also inspiring myself to continue on the journey with an open and positive mind. So again, tonight I want to just give a shout out to my parents, wherever you are, abroad or here on the soils of America. I want to make sure that you understand from a teacher's point of view that yes, we talk about the exodus of teachers, we talk about the bad behaviors, we talk about reasons why teachers are leaving classrooms in droves. But tonight I want to take a moment to say to you parents, those of you who have been working hard, and even for some of you who have not been contributing, it's not that you don't want to contribute, but it's just a matter of fact that you're not able to. And this is not about financial, being able to, but it's about being out there working hard to maintain your families, to make sure there's food on the kids' tables, to make sure they have what they need in order to be successful in the school system. So tonight I talk with you and to you, and I'll let you know that I understand. I do understand that that these things are not easy. And so I want you to know that regardless of how things are, that I'm sure some of you do understand that when teachers and parents work together, we have a whole lot of things that change. We have attendance that gets better. When kids understand that if I'm not in school, the teacher is going to call home to check up on me and to make sure, and so let me just get into school. Let me not play hooky today, but let me get to school. So attendance do get better. And you know, when attendance is better, then we know that learning is better. Because each day that they come and the lessons that are being executed, that are being taught, then it's when they're there and they're present, the connections stay together. When they're absent and they miss one part of lessons that were taught that connects to another part, then they become lost, and it's hard to keep up or to catch up or to. So I try to review. I do practice and review before each lesson. So I'm bringing back things I've learned already. I keep incorporating it into my lessons before I get into a new lesson, so that pieces can still stay connected. Another thing that improves is that kids become motivated. When we're excited, and I'm saying to your parents, I'm so proud of John. He's trying so hard. He's making such good progress, right? The kids feel good and they feel motivated and they want to come. So we got to have that open door. We have to have open communications. We have to make sure that it's not waiting until we're angry then to reach out to teachers, but we're there from day one. When we have orientations and an open house and all of those things, I understand you gotta work. But find a representative, find a grandmother, an auntie, an uncle, a dad, you know, somebody who can represent you while you are not there. Again, children want to see that families are involved. And when that happens, I'm telling you, behaviors change. When they know that, oh my God, mom is going to listen to the teacher when she calls, because I see that mom respects her, mom does listen, they keep in touch. Kids will feed into that and understand, if I mess up, she's going to tell my parents. My parents will listen. But when parents are not connected and kids are running home with stories, you know, oh, mom, the teacher said this, the teacher said that. And there, you don't know me, I don't know you. And so you're going to take what your child says instead of asking the tough questions. Why would she pick on you? Why would an adult just single, does she do that to all the kids? No, mom, it's just me, mom. Why you? So let me reach out and find out from this teacher what's going on, because I know that no adult wants to pick on a child. So when they're hearing those kind of conversations, things will change. But if when they come home and, mom, she do too much, mom, she always picking on me, mom, I do my work. And you say, wait, and you said, wait a minute, who she think she is? You know what, she don't talk to you like that, she don't. Then the kids, they like that and they feed into that and they keep running on with more stories and worse stories, because they know you're going to listen and support them. So parents, get up, support your teachers. As again I said, I know people have to work. One of the greatest thing, if you can, even if you have to work, if you can start out at home, embracing the education process, letting the kids know how important it is to have an education, and the opportunities and the doors that will be opened when they have their education. Help them to understand the value. And if we start putting emphasis and importance on these things, kids will buy into it. If we sit at home, we're doing nothing, we watch TV, we smoke, we cuss, we drink, we don't let kids think that anything is important, that's the life they're going to gravitate towards. So please, no matter what your situation, if you're in a wheelchair, let them know how important their education is. You're walking with a cane, you're in bed, you can't move, your mouth can move. Empower them with education. Let them know that they're filled with greatness and goodness, and they have to add that layer of education to it so they can go out and show the world how great they are. So when parents and teachers work together, another thing that happens is that we have less dropout rates, right? Teachers and parents are working together. As I said, a phone call home, hey, I didn't see John in school today. How is he? Is he sick? Is he okay? And if we start showing an interest in helping kids to understand from both ends, then hopefully we'll have more kids who want to be in school, want to do their best, want to try a little bit harder so they can be more successful. We talk about when teachers and parents are working together, more learning takes place, right? A lot more learning takes place. When they get home and you're interested in what they're learning, they're going to want to make you feel good, parents. They're going to want to tell you what they've been learning. And you from old school days, because so much has changed now, but you from old school days will say, this is how we used to do it. Now you're giving them 2 ways to do the same thing, and it just empowers them more. And then we're going to see them becoming more independent. When they know what you expect of them, when they know what the teacher expects, then they know what it is that is expected from them, then you know what? They will get it done. So they become more independent, they're getting their work done. When you come home, it's not, where's your homework? Why isn't it done? Da, da, da. They say, Mom, I finished my homework, here it is, could you sign it? More independence. Independence is good because you're getting them ready for high school and then for college, when they know how to make good decisions and do the right things. So again, I say it can be tough. It can be tough because, as I said, parents have to work, so they can't physically be there. But these are some ways that they can be, they can support, right? So you have to work. The hours are tough. No boss is going to give you time off every time to come to your kids. But again, remember, we have events that are after school, like at 5 o'clock, we make them late. Parent-teacher conferences, we have one day that is early, one day that is way late. We have to be on the campus until 7 o'clock in the evening. That gives you an opportunity to come Just come. Let the kids see that you're interested. Just come. Too often, so many years now, we sit there and we wait and we might have 5 parents out of a whole 15, 20 pool of students for each homeroom. 5 parents might show up if that much. 10 parents. Sometimes when we have to call, the phones are not working. You know, so many. And you leave messages, they never call back. But be involved. As I say, speak positively about education. Let kids know that it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing to be educated. Let them see it's a good thing. It empowers you. It gives you options. It allows you to not have to sit and accept crap from anybody. I always tell my kids there's a lot of abuse that takes place. Why? Because a lot of times enough money is not coming in. Dad walks out, leaves mom with the kids, but she cannot get out there and work enough because she has nothing. She doesn't have the education she needs to get a decent job so she can pay her bills on her own. So she takes up this man and then this man, and all these different men comes through and they're disrespectful. They call her names. They do so much ugly, hurtful things. But you see them still sticking around because, I'm sorry, mom needs help with the bills. So they have to sit down and put up with the name calling and the put downs and the running around with other people, and you still stay there. Oh, but I love him. Why is that? It's not that you really, really love him. You really, really need the support that he gives. But if you become educated and the first time you call it the B word, wait a minute, you didn't just say that. You really need to leave. And when they leave, you don't have to cry and say, oh my God, because you will not accept less from anyone. So I want to encourage and empower kids with the power of learning and logical thinking and good conversations. So they must build their vocabulary, and so that they are ready. Events that are set for later times, try to attend them. Encourage reading and math. One of the most powerful things that we can give to our children is, if we're cooking, we can have, math is in everything we do. I love math, so I'm always promoting math. Math is in everything we do. So you're cooking, ask the kids how many ounces of water you put in the pot. How many pounds of rice you just cooked. How many, there's so much math in it. How long is it going to take to cook this? 30 minutes? Well, how much is 30 minutes in seconds? Let them do the conversions. Let them be involved in the conversations of math in the kitchen, out of the kitchen. They're going to bed. What time are you going to bed now? It's 8 o'clock. All right. And in the morning, you have to be up at 7. From 8 to 7, how many hours are those? How many hours would you have slept? Oh, I've slept so many hours. I wonder how many minutes are in those hours. Or even make it hard. How many seconds? If there's 60 seconds in 1 hour, 60 seconds in 1 minute, and then 60 of those minutes gives you 1 hour, and you slept for 9 hours, how many seconds are those? So you can make math fun. You're driving with your kids. Talk to them about miles, the distance. Talk to them even about how much steps they take. So there's so much math. They can measure a table. They could measure their bedrooms. They could find the area. They could find the perimeter. Math is in everything we do. And so there's no need to have your kids at home coming to school. They don't know their timetables. They don't know how many minutes in an hour. They don't know how to read a clock. All of those you have access to at home. Get an analog clock for your children. Don't let them just look at a clock and, oh, Mom, it's 5 o'clock. But then when you put it, if they don't have that, you know how many kids come to school, and in order for them to tell the time, the big clock is on the wall, but they have to get to my phone to look on the screen to see what time it is. So we have to start teaching. I'm teaching 6th grade math. And so you have the kids coming up all the way into the 6th grade, and those basic things they don't know. So we can do those things at home. It's not, it's not rocket science to teach those basic things. I know that the curriculum might be hard, But those basic things, you can help them understand them. The timetable is a must. Parents, teach your children the timetables. You're cooking, let them come near where you are. Say your 6 times table. Teach them that multiplication is just repeated addition. So if 6 groups of 1 is 6, then if you add 6 to that 6, how much do you get? It's just repeated addition. But teach them so they can be more powerful when they come in. In 6th grade, you see that they don't know how to multiply, they don't know how to divide things. But at home, we're giving them, we're telling them to share this for you and your brother. Can you tell them what the sign is that when we say share, we're dividing something? When you get home, can you take the change from your wallets or your purse or whatever you have them in and throw it on the table and tell them to add them up? Can you ask them how many coins would be in how many quarters would they have in $3 if there are 4 quarters in one? Can you ask them little things like those just to help them build? Because again, math is everywhere. They're coming to school. They're going to be adding decimal numbers. They're going to be multiplying them. They're going to divide them. So the 4 main operations are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Right? Multiplication, repeated addition, right? Division is subtraction, right? If you have 10 mangoes to share for 2 people, when you divide it, right? 5 for him, 5 for me. What did you just do? You just gave away some, right? And so if we're teaching them those basic things, I'm telling you, your kids will do well. As for the reading, again, when you send your children to read, give them something to read, a reason to read. Don't just say, here's a book, go read. Because then they won't read. They just sit there, look in space, or play games, or do something. But if you say to them, I want you to read, and I want you to list 5 characteristics of the main character. I want you to read, and I want you to make some connections with your reading to a real life situation. Whether it's something you watch on the TV, whether it was a place you went, whether it's something that your family spoke about or your friends, make a connection to what was read. Always give them a reason to read. Otherwise, it's just looking at words and that's it. So that's how you build reading comprehension. When you start making connections, when you start making inferences. So that scenario that the author puts in there, can you make an inference? Can you draw a conclusion as to what that meant? Right? So there has to be something that must have happened before that they know that they can say, yeah, I remember when Dad did this, or you, Mom, you did this and that. And that's a similar thing. It's a similar thing, Mommy, until that meant that he was angry, or that meant that he got a nice gift, something. So let us help them to make connections to what they read. Let them be able to draw conclusions. Let them be able to make predictions. Let them be able to look at the cause and effects of things. Those are everyday situations. And another way you can also be involved, parents, is that you can attend or send your representative to events. So if you can't make it, then say, look, could you bring the kids over for me, Grandma? Let them be part of it. Let them be involved. It's too many times we're doing things and nobody's there. Talk with teachers. Don't wait until things get sour that you start blowing up and creating, a hostile situation when it doesn't have to be. Nip things in the bud early. Reach out to your teachers. The school has numbers. The teachers, some teachers are willing to give out their personal numbers. Emails, we have public school emails that you can email at any time, day or night. But reach out. Reach out. These are your children. These are our children. And when we do right by them, when we support them, when we encourage them, when we expect much from them. We know that once we believe in them, they will absolutely be achievers. So again, please, you watch these videos and they enlighten, empower you. Please again, share them with others who might also be empowered by them. Watch the videos, please, and watch them to the end. Watch the ads in the videos. Remember, I do sell t-shirts, Express Production. This is my workstation. I do create t-shirts and make them down here. So if you need a t-shirt on the wall behind me, if you need a t-shirt, you can reach me at missbevsproductions@gmail.com, and I will definitely, you just need to send me your size. I am doing all t-shirts black, but I have multiple colors. So I do black t-shirts with beautiful, colorful vinyl. So you'd send me, we would talk, you'll send me your size and send me the color that you want. And if you want something special in your t-shirt, I shouldn't say special, something special. I am going to be marketing just the I teach because I care, and I'm doing the Become a Stronger, Better You 1 pound at a time, and the Miss Bev's production. So if you want to support me, guys, please do so by buying a t-shirt for now. I also, proceeds from my YouTube channel goes to help towards supporting for my children. Today I made my order from BJ's, so I ordered in a lot of fruit snacks, because instead of candy I give the kids a pack of fruit snacks. So I ordered in enough boxes, because next week we go back, but next week when we go back, it's for us the teachers. We're going back to set up, so I want to set up my gift boxes. I did get a lot of pencils. I don't know how long they will last. Right now I need paper. I need a couple of reams of paper, not a couple. I need paper. I need a lot of paper. I need I did purchase just one ream of the color paper, the contact paper, that strong hard paper, the hard paper. But we know that as we go in, and when you're working with over 60 kids, because I teach all the math, then we know that things just go like this. So you have to keep replenishing. So all the supports, guys, if you become a member to my channel, I really need some members, because those funds, they go right back into my students. They go back. You know, I go to work and their parents who have kids will come in. I say, how are things going? And, oh, my mom just had a baby. And for me as a parent and a grandparent now, I am always finding a way to help somebody, to give back, to support, because I know it can be tough. So when kids come in and they tell me so this or that, then we try, you know, to make sure that I send a gift card from Amazon to purchase some Pampers or something that is needed. So when I get my money, when we do pizza parties for the children, whether it's a math, kids who gain the highest in math, or whatever else the team is doing, I contribute as much as I can. And so any support that you give, guys, it's really appreciated. Any support at all, it is appreciated, because our kids, we teach in the inner cities, it's not easy. And so because the needs are great, my kids are grown. Many times I have to reach out to them to support me, to support the kids. So whatever support you can give as we grow as a family, I will appreciate it. So please become a member. Please join. If what I say or do, you know, encourage you, motivates you, inspired you, have you thinking, wait a minute, you know, this, some people will say, my goodness, you know, this was so needed. So I know for you in Jamaica it's tough, but for those of you here in America and elsewhere who can afford to join, please join, and so that we can build and replenish the things for the students at my school, my middle school. So if you can't be good, be careful, but walk good with love, with peace, with kindness. Walk good always.